Today I'm going to talk about a person, a young woman that I met in an antique shop. Oh, this was maybe 20 years ago. Tess and I were visiting antique shops in downtown San Jose, and as I entered the shop, I noticed there was a table full of books and pamphlets and other paraphernalia, and on that table I spied a yearbook, a San Jose State yearbook from the year of 1924. La Torre, that's the official yearbook of San Jose State College. So anyway, I opened it up and I found the name of the person who owned this yearbook. Her name was Kathryn Sevy. Of course, by the time I found her yearbook, she was long dead. And she had written her name here in fountain pen, very personal. Kathryn Sevy, State Teachers College, San Jose, California, June 1924. So I was intrigued. I bought the yearbook and took it home, and as I was going through it, I noticed that there are a lot of personal things like pictures of friends where people had initialed their photograph or signed their name. Some of them made written comments about what they were going to do, what their plans were for the future. And there's just pages after page of students, and mostly women, because San Jose State at that time was a teachers college, San Jose State Teachers College. And they trained people to become teachers, public school teachers. And I noticed that the women there all had very curly hair. I guess that was quite the fashion in the 1920s. Looks like everybody went out and bought hair curlers and those things that women put in their hair to make them stiff, you know. And so did Kathryn. She also had very curly hair, but she was a pretty girl. And anyway, I was intrigued by her, so I decided to research her life. So I went on to Ancestry.com, looked her up, and also looked in newspapers.com to see if there's any news articles about her, and there was one. And I determined that Kathryn had married a person named Elliot F. Mars. They got married in 1925, the year that Kathryn graduated from San Jose State. And they had a child, a daughter, Marilyn E. Mars. Marilyn graduated from high school in 1950, later married a fine man, and together she and her husband had no children, I'm afraid. So, in any case, I found out that Kathryn had lived a productive life. After she graduated, she became a school teacher in the Santa Clara County and taught school for many years. Later on, of course, like all people, she came to an end and she died. She was buried in Oak Hill Cemetery. I found out that much. And I determined that someday I would go visit her, just as a way of saying goodbye or rest in peace, a way of sort of closing out my journey with Kathryn. And this past week I did just that. I went to the Oak Hill Cemetery and I noticed that in the office there they have a little side office off to one side where you can go in and request the gravesite location of any person who's buried in Oak Hill. So I did that, and they gave me a map and the plot number of where Kathryn was buried. She was buried in the Sunny Slope section of Oak Hill Cemetery, which I thought was really a strange coincidence because I live in the Sunny Slope section of a housing development. So we both live in Sunny Slope, or we both reside in Sunny Slope since Kathryn no longer lives. In any case, I found her grave, took a picture, took some videos of it too, and which I'm going to show in this presentation. And I took some shots of the surrounding areas to help people find the grave if anybody wants to come and visit her, because I'm pretty sure that no one has visited Kathryn's grave in many years, since she has no surviving children, no grandchildren. And so she just lies there all alone. I was happy to visit her, to say rest in peace, my fellow San Jose State alumnus, and I hope everything is fine for you on the other side.